Regardless of his leg, he seems to be very lazy, broke, and homeless. I'm concerned that she's not seeing the big picture. He is a scammer.
Look who's talking!
Or maybe Usman just said that as a last-ditch effort to, like, sway me towards him. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of working.
So with decision day getting closer, Courtney is going into it having already made her choice. She told Usman that she's picked Colt. But with only 2 days left at the resort, Usman is gonna try everything to change her mind. So will he succeed? Well, let's rewind to the start to find out. We join them as Courtney is telling the rest of the group about her date with Colt.
I stayed at Colt's hotel in Playa. Like, he took me on a date.
Did we share a kiss?
Come on.
Yeah, he kissed me.
No.
Yeah, at first I was so awkward. I was like laughing.
Now, as the group are spending the day before decision day on a yacht, it's safe to say that there isn't that much space to spread out. Like, that means that Usman, who's sitting just a few feet away, can hear literally every word of this conversation. Like, this can't be easy for him. He has to listen to the girl he claims to love, the girl who dumped him, go on about the guy she dumped him for. But the way that Courtney recounts the story only makes things even worse.
And we're like cuddling and holding hands and stuff.
Nothing else happened?
He's like, oh, you can touch it if you want.
Oh.
But I didn't. I was like,
Yeah, again, this is definitely not what Usman wants to hear from the girl that he's supposedly in love with. Now, luckily for Usman, they change the subject. Talk turns to the future. You see, even though the retreat is set to end soon, Courtney shares with the group the plans that she and Colt have to make sure that their relationship doesn't end.
we're gonna stay back here for a few weeks, and then he's talking about like coming into Florida and staying with me, but I live with my parents, so I'm like, I don't know.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't know if my parents like want him.
Those poor parents, can you imagine? Their daughter went away to find love and instead returned with an unemployed homeless guy who can barely care for himself. Yeah, that's probably not what they were hoping for. Now, Usman, hearing all of this, suddenly becomes concerned for Courtney, or at least that's what he says. I think, personally, I think that he just senses an opportunity. He thinks, rightly, he thinks that there might be an opportunity to plant a seed of doubt in her mind and potentially win Courtney back.
Regardless of his leg, he seems to be very lazy, broke, and homeless. I'm concerned that she's not seeing the big picture. He is a scammer.
Usman daring to call someone else a scammer is hilarious to me. Not even he can say it while keeping a straight face. I think the fact that that's an accusation that's been levelled against him multiple times means that he's probably revelling in the ability to call someone else a scammer for once. But the fact does remain, he's not exactly wrong, is he? Colt is homeless and broke. I mean, there are some glaring red flags here. He's right in the sense that Courtney does have a lot to worry about.
You being a woman, and then you are dating a man, and then you have to bring him to your house because he has nowhere to stay. Don't you think that's a red flag?
According to Courtney, Colt apparently wants to travel before finding a permanent place. That's why she says he hasn't got his own place yet. But regardless of Colt's plans to see the world, right, she is undoubtedly bringing more into this relationship than he is. She's the one that's going to be letting him stay with her, looking after him, caring for him both physically and emotionally. I mean, it's not exactly the most balanced of relationships, is it?
He's using you already. Because you take care of him, you bring him to your house, no matter what, he should be able to pay for where he can stay at least.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, if he's going to be living with Courtney and her parents, he should be able to pay some rent, shouldn't he? Is that something that he's able to do, or is he just looking for a handout? Here's the thing. I don't think that Colt is necessarily setting out to use Courtney, but we all know that is probably what's going to happen in the end anyway. Relationships go through different stages. They're not always balanced. There will be times in every relationship where one partner may need to take on more responsibility than the other for that moment. Now, when you're a team, that's fine, right? But I do agree with Usman. This early in a relationship, Colt should be able to at least provide his own housing.
Whatever you want to do is fine for you to do, but I just don't want you to get hurt in the process because I love you, man. I'm just looking out for you.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Usman is trying to change Courtney's mind about Colt. It's clear as day. But at the same time, he's also reminding her that A, he still apparently loves her, and B, he's waiting around. It's a smart move. He might just be a little bit smarter than I gave him credit for. Now, do I think that Usman is a better choice than Colt? No, not at all. I think it's more of a case that poor Courtney didn't exactly have many great choices to begin with. She's trying to make the most of the shit hand that she's been dealt. But as it turns out, Usman's plan might just be working.
I came to the retreat hoping to find a successful man, a man to take care of me, but instead I find probably the only homeless man at this retreat.
Now, this sudden reevaluation of Colt's character also causes Courtney to drag up other concerns she has. Concerns like how he's treated his exes in the past. A lot of them have a lot of bad things to say about Colt, and that concerns me, she says. So when we join her the next evening, it's decision time, and right before she's set to make her choice, Usman's perfectly timed seeds of doubt have clearly begun to blossom.
Or maybe Usman just said that as a last-ditch effort to sway me towards him. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of working.
Having only 24 hours ago been completely sure that she'd already made her choice, suddenly Courtney finds herself rethinking everything, just as Usman had hoped. Now, when they all arrive to reveal their choices, Usman reveals that he's still holding on to a sliver of hope.
I'm nervous because tonight, I don't know what's gonna happen between me and Courtney. I want her to choose me because she is being used by Colt.
Now, as it just so happens, today is also Usman's birthday. If somehow Courtney were to change her mind and choose him over Colt, that would be the icing on the cake. It would make for a great birthday gift, somehow restoring this guy's ego. And ever the optimist as Courtney gets up to reveal her choice, as she begins by saying that she had a really strong connection with Usman. Usman seems really hopeful, but that bubble bursts when Courtney goes on to explain everything changed for her when Colt got injured.
So it's been a lot, but I've been bonding with him a lot in the hospital, and my connection with Colt is stronger.
And just like that, any hopes that Usman had are dashed. For the second time now, Courtney has chosen Colt over him. Now, Courtney goes on to reveal that she's actually spoken to her parents. They've agreed to allow Colt to come and stay with them for a month. That is unbelievably kind of them. Allowing a stranger to live in your house is a big ask. It's a lot. And predictably, learning all of this doesn't change how Usman feels about it in the slightest.
Courtney definitely deserves better than this. You are homeless, you are broken leg, you got no job. What? But I pray that everything works for them.
For as much as Usman might truly believe that Colt is wrong for Courtney, I think at this point, from the sounds of things, he has now admitted defeat and is moving on. Despite his best attempts, he wasn't able to win her over or change her mind. So now he has no option but to let it go. Now, it is interesting how he says this hurts, but he also seems to have bounced back pretty quickly for a guy who says he's in love. When Courtney calls Colt, Usman surprisingly actually seems quite magnanimous in defeat. That's not something I ever thought I'd say about him.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Did hear your hey baby too.
Hi, Colt. How are you? Congratulations for winning over me.
Now, while he might not sound super genuine, the fact that he's saying it at all is something. And he actually goes on to say he wishes them both a successful journey and all the best. He even tells the camera crew that he does genuinely wish them all the best. I want to give them good energy so that good energy comes back to me, he says. And all of this serves to just put a smile on Courtney's face. She's very happy with how today has turned out.
Good, I'm talking to Colt, I'm at peace, Usman's being supportive. I'm hoping this means me and Usman could still be friends and be cordial.
Courtney maintains that she's going into this relationship with her eyes wide open. She sees all of the red flags, she says. She knows and appreciates all the things that might go horribly wrong. But she also has a special bond with Colt. All that time that she spent with him, talking with him, getting to know him at the hospital, means that she not only knows him well, but also cares for him deeply, whether or not he has a job and a house.
Would I be happy in a cardboard box? Yes. Like, he makes me laugh. I could spend 24 hours talking to him and not get bored. Like, I'm ready. I want to give it a chance.
Someone please save that clip and have it on hand to remind her when things inevitably get tough. For all her assertions that she'd be happy living in a cardboard box, when the jokes and laughter run dry, Colt is going to need a heck of a lot of wine on tap. That seems to be the only guaranteed way to make sure she stays happy. Now, for as excited as Courtney is about the future, she isn't the only one.
I would do it all over again. The injury, everything, because I feel like what I gained from it is so much more than what I had before I got here.
Yeah, no shit. You walked in there homeless, and you're walking out not only with a new girl, but with a roof over your head. I'd say, yeah, you are leaving with more than you came with. It's no wonder that Colt is happy. The guy is delighted. But I think part of his happiness also comes back to Usman. You see, Colt hasn't forgotten everything that Usman said to him. And right now, having won Courtney's heart, he can afford to gloat and be a bit petty.
Tastes good. Imagine that's what Usman's tears taste like.
For the moment at least, Usman isn't crying. Instead, he's partying, and his consolation prize is a beautiful birthday cake that quickly proceeds to be smashed in his face. Yes, he might have lost. Yes, he might not have got the girl. He might have been knocked down. But one thing we can all confidently say about this guy is, like a cockroach, you can't ever seem to kill the guy. You just know he's gonna be back on our screens with a new victim before too long.
Me, ideally, I don't have an unfinished project. Anything I start, I must finish it. I'm gonna find my own queen, and then we're gonna live happily ever after.
I can only imagine the poor unsuspecting woman that Usman will be singing about next.
My baby, yeah.
Now, with that, Hunt for Love is ending on a happy note. Not everyone found love or happiness, but for those that did, this is a fresh new start. It should be a happily ever after. But with next episode being the tell-all, I can't wait to catch up with these guys and see how many of these connections actually survived in the real world. I'm willing to bet not many.